Hello everyone, Mark Anton Audio here. Let's talk about the signal chain, which is all the different elements that are in a recording, which is your musician, your instrument, your microphone, your preamp, any outboard compressors and gear, your DAW, your software, whatever it is, all the different things in the chain and where to invest your money. Especially if, like me, you're a bedroom recordist, investing your money is important. And it might be tempting to buy £2 worth of plugins, but it might not be the thing that makes you a better engineer. In fact, the best recording I ever made was with a £50 microphone, a single £50 microphone, going into an Mbox 2. So that's it kind of gives you an idea of the importance of where to invest your money. Right, so the first thing in the signal chain is the musician themselves. Is the musician any good? If the answer to that question is yes, then great. You're already in a position where it's hard to make a bad recording. About 70% of your recording relies on having a great musician. If they're great, they do all the hard work for you. It's fantastic. If your musician is not a good musician, if they have like a poor sense of rhythm, they don't have much kind of passion in the way they play or the way they sing or whatever, then you're already in a bad spot. If you can, try not to work with bad musicians. Sorry, I had a chest infection. I might run out of breath a lot. Working with bad musicians will make your job substantially harder. But if you've got a good musician, it's hard to make a bad recording. I would rather have Jimi Hendrix playing a £50 guitar than I would have some terrible musician with no sense of pitch or timing playing a £2 Les Paul. Trust me, a good musician can make anything sound better. My dad can make like almost toy guitars sound good. Right, so if you've got a good musician, you're already in a good place. Next in the chain is the instrument that they're playing. If you have like a good instrument and it is well tuned, it is well maintained. If it's a stringed instrument, if the string's been replaced recently, say are the drum heads in good condition? Do they need replaced? Does the kit need tightened up? Does it need tuned to the song or whatever? If you've got a vocalist, are they feeling comfortable? Have they done like vocal exercises, vocal warm-ups? All these things. So if those are good, then you're in a good spot. If you've got a rubbish instrument, that's going to be a real limiting factor right there. But if you've got a good instrument, then you're in a good spot. So if you've got number one, good musician, and then number two, a good instrument, then you're like 85% of the way to a good recording. I say that the best recording I made, £50 microphone going into an Mbox 2, because I had a great musician with a great instrument, and he was playing his guitar and he was also singing as well. Great vocalist. It was the easiest job I ever did. It was like we did like 3 tracks in a few hours. It was fantastic. It was the easiest money I ever made. Okay, so if you've got a good musician, goddamn chest infection, good musician, good instrument, next in the signal chain is your microphone. If you have a £3 microphone and a bad musician, what you're going to do is make a very high quality recording of a bad musician. So it's still going to sound rubbish. But if you've got a good musician, good instrument, then you can start investing money in good microphones. And you can really start to get the difference between a good recording and a quite professional recording. So you can start investing in different types of microphones that might suit people better. Like you've got like a female vocalist who's got quite a high voice, and then you've got like a male vocalist with a very deep voice. You can invest in different microphones to help capture those particular voices. But as I say, don't invest loads of money in microphones if you have bad musicians, because there's no point. Okay, so after microphones, the next in the signal chain is your preamp. Most of us, if you're a bedroom recordist like me, will probably just have the preamps that are on our DAW, or on our audio interface that's plugged into our DAW. For most human beings, those will be fine. But if you've got good musician, good instrument, good microphones, then start worrying about preamps, because that will give you that little bit extra professional quality. But don't worry about it if you've got a rubbish microphone. There's no point. Always follow the chain. A bad microphone plugged in a great preamp, it's not going to save the microphone. The preamp needs good microphones to get that extra little bit of quality and a little bit extra clarity. After your preamp, then potentially you're going into outboard gear, or for most of us, we'll be going straight into our DAW basically at that point. Now, here's an important thing. I'm going to make a video talking about plugins probably fairly soon, but don't spend thousands of pounds on plugins. Don't do it. All DAWs come with good stock plugins. If you cannot make a serviceable mix using the plugins that come with your DAW, the basic stock plugins, then there are potentially two problems. One is you need more practice, and two, which is probably more likely, or potentially more likely, is your listening environment is not good enough. If you have an acoustically poor environment to mix in, or maybe you're mixing on headphones or whatnot, and those mixes aren't translating, you're putting them onto your MP3 player, you're putting them on CD players, whatnot, and they just don't translate, they don't sound great, then it's probably your mixing environment is to blame. So don't spend thousands of pounds on plugins and new software, because it's not going to make that any easier. Because every time you're listening to your environment, every time you're mixing in there, the environment is listening, is coloring your sound, and it is messing up, and it's basically lying to you. So having a nice plugin isn't going to make that any different. So make sure that your listening environment is good before you invest a whole bunch of plugins. Okay, so that's basically your signal chain there. Good musician, good instrument, it's hard to make a bad recording. Then you can start getting good microphones, good preamp if you want, for that little bit extra color, a little bit extra texture, and could potentially be complementing your nice microphone collection. Then into your DAW, and if you have a good listening environment and you can make serviceable mixes with the stock plugins that come with your DAW, then you could potentially invest in more plugins or more outboard gear. But don't do it unless your mixing environment is good. My mixing environment, I've got some fun stuff on the walls, but not on all the walls, because I share this room with my partner. It's the spare room, it's not the studio I have to deal with. So it's not the best listening environment. So I don't spend thousands of pounds on plugins, because they're not going to make mixing in here any easier. Anyway, so I hope you found that useful, because we're bombarded with marketing these days, especially for new plugins and new software. And it'll be like, oh, it's only $30 or £30 for this new bit of software. It's going to change your life. Chances are it won't. Unless your signal chain is good from left to right, from start to finish, those new plugins aren't going to make much of a difference. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. My name is Mark Hanson Audio. God damn this chest infection. Adios.